Alhamdulillah nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu wa nu'minu bihi wa natawakkalu alayh. Wa na'udzu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. Man yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa man yudlilhu fala hadiya lahu. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam tabaraka wa sallama tasliman kasiran kasira amma ba'd. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wa man ahsanu qawlan mimman da'a ila Allah wa amila salihan wa qala innani minal muslimin. My dear brothers and respected elders and sisters, there is no God except Allah. These are the foundation of the religion of Islam. And there is no other religion which Allah has given to be embraced by the entire mankind from the time of Adam till the last day, except the religion of Islam. All other religions are derivative of the religion of Islam. You know, there is no such thing, there is older religion than the religion of Islam. When the religion which was given to Adam alayhi salam and Noah and his wife, you know, Hawa, is the religion of Islam. The religion which is given to Nuh alayhi salam is the religion of Islam. To all the prophets of Allah whom Allah have sent to this entire mankind from the day of Adam until the last day, all of them embrace the religion of Islam. You know, when men become deviated from that religion of Islam or have gone astray from the religion of Islam, then, you know, arises other religion, other so-called religions, and all other religions are religion which is modified form, or a religion which has been distorted from the one religion, which is the religion of Islam. Islam is not a new religion. It's not the religion of Muhammad, which many people of the West think that is a Muhammadan religion. They call those who embrace the religion of Islam is Muhammadan, because they were trying to say that this religion is created by Muhammad. It's not. Muhammad is one of the prophets of Allah, is the last prophet of Allah, whom Allah have sent to the entire mankind. There are so many prophets of Allah who have come before him, and all of them have enjoined mankind to embrace the religion of Islam. You know, if you say there is many other religion older than the religion of Islam, no, that is wrong, because you did not know. All other religions are derivative or something that has been, you know, a religion which is created by man, you know, taking some part of the religion, you know, to be like the religion of Islam. Like Hindus are still practicing some form like Hajj, you know, pilgrimage. In Thaipusam, they used to walk from one place to one great temple. That there is that's from the religious rites which has been ordered at the time of Prophet Ibrahim. And they call their pious people Brahmin. Brahmin come from the word Ibrahim. Prophet Ibrahim, you know, he he's a prophet which is sent for the entire world, but for a certain period of time. Muhammad SAW is a prophet which is sent for the entire world until doomsday. So during his time, he went up to even China and Japan to preach the religion. He's very tall. He simply walked or using camels only. Went to India, went to Cambodia, Indochina, those parts of the world, to preach Islam. The people embraced it when he departed from that place. They had added many things into the religion, distorted it, and make another new religion. Make many new religions. You know, the people in Japan believe in hellfire. The Chinese, they believe in hellfire too. Where do they know all this? Without knowing it from the Prophet of Allah, whom has gone to their places to preach Islam. So you just imagine, you know, Prophet is not sent just from the time of Isa to Muhammad is about 600 years. During that time, there's so many. During that time, you know, Islam has become Christians. The Jews make it become Judaism. Some of the Jews make it to become Christian. So Christian come from Islam. It's a derivative of Islam. Similarly, Judaism. There's no Christianity and there's no Judaism prior to Prophet Isa, when they were discussing, the Jews and the Christians, as to whether Ibrahim is a Jew or Christian. You know? Allah says Ibrahim was sent long before you have created the religion of Judaism and Christianity. He's a Muslim, Allah says. He's a believer. So Mr. Silva, my friend, said to me, there are many other older religions than Islam. Mr. Silva do not understand the history of religion. The religion which is the pure, sanctified, come from Allah. The one who make man knows religion is Allah. Allah has given that religion to Adam, Prophet Adam. Adam and Hawa is the forefathers of all the entire mankind. He is a prophet of Allah. He was created in paradise, both of them. Then, because they have committed error, they have committed disobedience, then both of them, which is our forefathers, to come to the planet Earth. Very small planet, but Allah has made its ecosystem and its suitable for man to live and for jinn. And that's how religion originated. The religion which has been given to Prophet Adam is the religion of Islam. There is no other religion which Allah has given to the entire mankind other than the religion of Islam. All other religions are man-made religion. So you should not follow that man-made religion. We must make the religion which is pure and sanctified, given by Allah, to the Prophet ﷺ. Similarly, Islam, the religion of Islam is given to Muhammad ﷺ. The religion of Islam is given to Adam ﷺ. The religion of Islam is given to Ibrahim ﷺ. Even it's to Prophet Isa ﷺ, Prophet Musa ﷺ. It's all in the Quran. The Quran mentions all their names, from Adam till Ibrahim, till Musa, till Isa, till Muhammad. All those prophets, the Jews, the Judaism believe in Prophet Musa as a prophet, but they don't believe in Muhammad and Isa. Christianity didn't even believe Isa is a prophet. He said son of Allah. All other religion descended before them become distorted so much so that you can't even see the glimpse of the true religion of Islam in that religion, except parts of it, like the Hindus, they practice like Haji, like the rites of Haji. The rites of Haji or pilgrimage was practiced by the Mushrikin of Mecca, long before Prophet Muhammad's come, to become their prophets. They used to have Hajj, they call it, where all the tribes of the Arabs come, to do business during that, and they will also circumnavigate or make tawaf around the Kaaba naked. That practice was distorted, originate from the time of Prophet Ibrahim. Abraham as a son with his wife, second wife, Ismail. They lived there. They practiced the religion of Islam. They teach the people there about Hajj. At the time of Muhammad Salam, the rites of Hajj has become some sort like a trade festival. But many people comes and they circumnavigate, they make tawaf around the Kaaba naked. They also went to Mina. At the place of Mina, where Prophet ﷺ met the tribes of Yasrib, the tribe from Medina, who are performing at that time Hajj. But it was not the true Hajj. It's a distorted form of Hajj, which they have learned at the time of Prophet Ibrahim. So all other religions in this world are false. I'm telling it. I'm not underrating other religion, but I'm telling the truth. Truth is different from humiliations. I'm telling the whole world that the true religion is the religion of Islam, and the religion of Islam until today, can be followed in its true form because it's all mentioned in the Quran, except the present day so-called Muslims are not following the Quran. The present day Muslims are not following the Quran. They read the Quran in Arabic like the Malays. They don't understand it. So how could you derive the truth or the fact that these people are following the true religion of Islam? They will not follow the true religion of Islam because they don't even know Arabic. The Arabs too are not following the religion of Islam. The present day Islam. What you have seen, the Malays are practicing, the Arabs are practicing. People, when there is no prophets come to remind them, to invite them, they become deviated from the true path. Muhammad Salam have came 1,400 years ago or 1,500 years ago until today. You will expect the people to follow the true Islam? No. So during this time, when Allah has already, have given the most authentic book of Quran, and Allah has make a solemn promise that Quran will be guided by Him. He will not allow anyone whatsoever to distort any words which has been revealed in the Quran. So there is one Jew, very, very clever, and his work is distorting the books of Allah. Taurat and Injil. So the king at that time, had found him a very intelligent person. So the Muslim kings invite him, tell him, embrace Islam. He said no. So, but a time come when he became Muslim. So the Muslim say, why you become Muslim? I've been telling you to become Muslim long ago. He said, my work is to distort the book of Allah. I've distorted many things in the Taurat and Injils. And the priests of the Jews and the Christians accept it wholeheartedly, without questions. But when I distort the Quran, I give it to the Muslim. They know. Allah make them know. This is not a true Quran, it's a distorted version of Quran. They beat me and hit me until I'm about to die. Then I come to conclusion. It is true, very true, the religion of Islam. It is well guarded by Allah. And that is the reason as to why now I became Muslim. I become believer. So, my dear brother, you can try to distort the Quran. You can write something, adding it up, you'll know. Someone will find out, Allah will make it, and you'll be beaten to death. Don't ever try to distort the Quran. Don't ever try to give your ideas, your own ideas inside the Quran. One verse of the Quran, they distort the ayat. Zalikal kitabul la raiba fi hudal lil muttaqin. I saw in the Facebook. They already detect. There is certain words added. That they know it. Now I make the interpretation of the Quran. It's not Quran, interpretation of the meaning of the Quran. The Quran has been the meaning of the Quran has been, from Arabic has been translated into English by 10 Muslims, so-called 10 scholars from almost many of them from the International Islamic University of Malaysia during the time of Badawi, Abdullah Ahmad Badawi. He instructed them to translate the Quran into English. There are about 10 of them, but they are making the translation into English. It's not the Quran in Arabic. The Arabic translated into English. I am doing the interpretation of that translation of the Quran in English. So I'm not doing the translation because I don't know Arabic. But nobody knows also what is the true meaning of the Quran, even though they know the English. If the Quran in Arabic is translated to Malay, a Malay person reading it, he also cannot understand the Quran. So similarly, Quran is revealed in Arabic. Even the Arabs read the Quran in Arabic, they don't understand the Quran. But if you try to translate the Quran, if you try to make it the Quran in Arabic a little bit different, then someone is going to find out that you have changed it. I'm not talking the Quran which has been translated. The people may translate it wrongly, undetected. But still, that's why the publication of any Quran is not accepted if you don't have the original Quran in Arabic. If you make a wrong translation, then people can refer to the original one in Arabic, but not the Bible, not the Torah. It was revealed in Hebrew, now it's written in English. No original, the original revelation of the Torah and Injil in Hebrew is written there. Then how can you know it still remains the original one? Because the original one is not there. You can read the Bible. There's so many types of Bible. Yeah, so many types of Bibles, and Barnabas. You have another one by that, and all are different. All are different. How do you know what is the truth? See, that's why you cannot read even the Bible to know the truth. You cannot read the present day Torah and Injil to know the truth. Bible is a combination of Injil and Torah and some. The book given to Musa, to Isa, and to Daud alayhis salam combined to become Bible. The Old Testament and the New Testament. The Old Testament is the Torah and the Psalm. The New Testament is the Injil. There's so many versions. None of them have ever written also the original one. No, it's disappeared. So how could you know the translation is correct one? Even the translation of Quran in English, 10 Muslim scholars translating it, there is also some mistake. Some mistake. Printing mistake or real mistake, I don't know, but there is mistake. How could you read Quran only in your language without reading the original one? That's why a Quran must be published with the original Arabic, then only you translate or you interpret it. So my interpretation of Quran, in Arabic, in English, and interpretation in English. If someone want to translate my interpretation into their own language, they must keep the English translation of mine intact, together with the Arabic. Then only they know, this interpretation translated into my language is wrong, because the English translation done by Prof Nasoha is like this. And people will know my interpretation is wrong when they look at the original translation in English and the Arabic versions of the Quran. Then they know there's something wrong here. So my dear brothers, you can't depend all on other books. You cannot rely on any other books other than the original and Arabic Quran to know as to whether it's from Allah or it's from the devils. So the person who says Quran is satanic verses, who's his name? Salman Rushdie is a fool. Do Salman knows Arabic? He doesn't know. Then you compare all Qurans in Arabic all over the world. It is the same. It is the same. If you try to change that, then you will be detected. Allah will make it someone to detect it, and you will be beaten to death. So Salman Rushdie doesn't know this. He doesn't hear that story of that Jews who translate, who distorted Torah and Injil in his language. He also knows Arabic. So the Torah and Injil are written in Arabic, so he distorted it. Then he wanted to do it the same with Quran. He was beaten almost to death. He knows this Quran is truly a book well guarded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah has been very fair to us, has been very fair to the people of our time. Allah has made the Quran to be returned and compiled as a book at the time of Hadrat Abu Bakr with the suggestions of Hadrat Umar radhiyallahu anhu. Initially Abu Bakr was reluctant to compile the Quran in a book, because he said it has never been done by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But Umar radhiyallahu anhu strenuously trying to convince him of the importance of compiling the Quran in a book. So he finally agreed, and a collection of renowned Sahaba, who has memorized the Quran to their heart, several, not one, then they write the Quran according to the instruction of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They know the instruction, where the verses to be revealed first, where to be written last. The first Quran revealed is the ayat Iqra bismi rabbikal ladzi khalaq. It was not put in the first page of the Quran. Iqra bismi rabbikal. No. The first page of the Quran is Al-Fatiha. Then Surah Al-Baqarah. Who has given that order? Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So these people, companions who are very close to Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who are well learned, with one leader of writing the Quran, one of the Sahaba. Who is that Sahaba? Ibn Sabit. So then again, at that time when Quran was written, it has no baris. Baris is what? It's no marking, when we say zalikal kitab, with word za, no zalikal. Now then they put they put notation, we call baris, so that the non-Arabs can read it at the time of Hazrat Osman. So then the Quran is now, what we are having is Osmani, the time of Hazrat Osman. So that many non-Arabs have converted to Islam. They want to read Quran. They don't know if it has no notation. They only without any notation. So that's why we learn the Quran as a non-Arab. We have to learn the notation. The Arab don't have to. So it is you compare all the Qurans in the whole world from the time of Hazrat Osman till today is the same. So if you really want to know the truth, you don't read any other books. Please, don't read any other books if you want to know the truth, except the Quran. Many people want people not to know the truth, especially the scholars. The scholars, the Jew scholars, or the rabbi, and the Christian scholars, the priests, they don't know. They don't want. They do not want people to read the Quran, because in the Quran Allah has mentioned all their wrongdoings of the religious scholars of the Jews and Christians in distorting the Torah and Injil. So they do not want. They do not want the Christian, the nowadays Christian and Jews to read the Quran. So they have started making, some very strongly, very strong effort to make sure no one in this world will ever understand the Quran. First, they tell, some of those Jew scholars, who want to distort Islam, who want to make Islam to be deviated from the true religion, they become Muslim, but they are not Muslim. They are only pretending to become Muslim in order to deviate the so-called Muslim from the true Islam. So, in order to do that, they make many efforts, many steps. First, they prevent the Arabic one to be translated into other languages. You cannot find Quran to be translated in any other language until today only. It has been translated into Malay in 1960. When the Quran is revealed? Long time ago, 1,500 years ago. Only in 1960. You cannot find any Quran translated into Malay prior to that Quran which was translated at the time of Tengku Abdul Rahman, the first Prime Minister of Malaysia. You just imagine. What about English? In 1860 only, by one person, Muhammad Yusuf. Indians, Muslim. That's very late. Before that, it was not that. Why they do not want? They tell the Muslim, don't make it. Make it Arabic only. And they don't interpret, make any tafseer of the Quran. Until came Ibn Kathir. Ibn Kathir came in 1400. 1000, Islam came 662. 1400 only being interpreted into Arabic. Interpret Quran in Arabic by Ibn Kathir. It's still available now. Before that, has never been interpreted because nobody among the so-called Muslims are able to understand the Quran. They know, even the Ibn Kathir doesn't make a good interpretation of the Quran because he is unable to that. Because why? In order to be able to interpret the Quran, you must become the true believer, the good deeds of the highest level, or basically you must become the level of Allah. In order to reach to that level, you must do the work of Nabi Muhammad SAW. The work of inviting people to good, forbidding people from evil. In the way Muhammad SAW. The so-called Muslim, the Sahaba, just after the demise of Muhammad SAW, have neglected this work. Have not done the work of inviting people to Allah in the way Muhammad SAW. They go to war and they tell the people, you enter Islam. For 3 days, he said, making dawah. If you don't, you give money to us, jizya. If you're not willing, we will fight you. This is their dawah. And this dawah is not the work of inviting people to good, forbidding people from evil. They are not doing the work of inviting people to good, forbidding people. It's not the way the companions are doing it. Were doing it. It's supposed to be done as Muhammad has been doing it. You have to go to each every person with love and kindness. Speak kind words to them. If they say bad words to you, you must exercise patience. You should not repel the evil which has been done to you when you're inviting them to Allah with evil too. This is called patience. You must do it with patience. And this type of work, like the Prophet ﷺ has done in Mecca and Medina, has been neglected by the Muslim after the demise of Muhammad. It is not only the Sahaba have neglected, all the so-called Muslims, every time when their prophets die, they neglect this work. They were thinking that this work only the work of Muhammad ﷺ and not their work. But in the Quran, until today, remains the true version of the Quran. Allah says, Kul hazihi sabili, tell Muhammad to them, this is my path. Ad'u ilallah, to call people to Allah. Ala basiratin, with great belief in it. Ana wa mani taman. This is my path and the path of those who follow me. Why they don't follow? Why the people are not doing? This is because their iman have not reached to the level which make them able to interpret the Quran in its true sense of the word. So even the interpretation of the Quran has not been interpreted in its true form, because people who read the Quran, even they are Arabic, they know Arabs, but they can't understand its true meaning because of the weak of iman. So the words is there, but the interpretation is not there. They don't understand it. Definitely. Even the so-called Muslim of today, they read that ayat, they cannot understand it. So they don't practice it. So the reason as to why the Quran has not been practiced properly, because no one until today are able to know the true meaning of the Quran. The true meaning. When you know the true meaning, that means you can interpret the Quran. There's no one who knows how to interpret the Quran properly as Allah wants it. So definitely, even though there's Quran in its true form, in its true words, but people don't understand the word. So the work of inviting people to Allah has been neglected by the followers of Muhammad SAW from the day he died, after his death, because they don't understand. Not they are willingly not to want to follow, but they don't understand. So the Jewish scholars knows that once the so-called Muslims do this work, they will have strong iman. We, the Jews, they become like that because they don't also do the work of inviting people to good, forbidding people from evil. It's not that this order is given only to Umat Muhammad SAW. It's been given from the time of Adams, that whoever recite the great kalima, you must fulfill the right of reciting the great kalima. And the work which fulfill the right of reciting the kalima is the work of inviting people to Allah. The work of inviting people to good, forbidding people to evil. From time of Adam until today, they don't understand this. So the Christians say, the Christian scholars who pretended to become Muslim in order to distort Islam, say we must make the Muslim not to revive this sunnah. So we can distort the hadith, or we eliminate all hadith with regard to this work of inviting people to Allah, or inviting people to good, forbidding people. As a result of that, in Sahih Bukhari and Muslim, all the entire Muslims are admitting, have accepted that this hadith, Bukhari and Muslim, is the most authentic hadith. In these two books of hadith, they do not distort the hadith on the Amal Ma'ruf Nahi Munkar, or on the hadith on inviting people to good, forbidding people, but they eliminate it totally. You cannot find this hadith. I only find out this when I ask my helper to find out hadith from Bukhari Muslim on this. I said, Samad, you search for this. He said, I find none. Oh, I was shocked to death that there's none. Oh, there's none when there is so much ayat in Quran telling that Muslims should invite people to good, forbidding people from evil. You can't even interpret the Quran properly if you don't know and do this work. So all the past so-called Muslims, they are not doing this work. Their iman are weak. So they can't understand the Quran until I started the work of inviting people to good, forbidding people from evil in the way shown by Muhammad SAW. You know, when I was in Tabligh Jamaat, I was not doing the work of inviting people to good, forbidding people from evil, because the people of Tabligh only telling that we call people to go to mosque, listen to our lecture, and then in the lecture we tell them, in order to rectify yourself, go out for 4 months, 40 days, 3 days. Who are ready? Give name. This is what they are doing. This is not the work of inviting people to good, forbidding people from evil. What is the greatest evil done by men? Is they do not want to recite the great kalima. You know, whoever do not want to recite the great kalima, there is no God except Allah, Muhammad is the messenger, are they doing the greatest evil. And how to prevent that evil? We must invite them to recite. We must see the non-Muslim and ask them to recite with kindness and love, not to force them. And the second greatest evil is, after reciting the kalima, you must fulfill its rights. And what is that? It's right to do the work of inviting people to good, forbidding people from evil. Now the so-called Muslim of today, they do not even invite the non-Muslim to recite the kalima. And they don't invite the Muslim, so-called Muslim who have recited the kalima, to do the work of inviting people to good, forbidding people from evil in the way Muhammad SAW. So both, all the non-Muslim are doing evils. The so-called Muslim is also doing evils. The whole world is filled with evils, people and evil deeds. There's no wonder after the death of Nabi Sallam, the whole humanity has degraded to the lowest level. Until today, it has been in the lowest level of humanity. Where you have fight, wars, World War I, World War II. They are using bomb to kill their friends and their brothers by millions. Where in the history of mankind you ever have a world war? Those days you have war, but in isolated places, in some places, but not in the whole world. But we have reached to the lowest level of humanity when we engulf ourselves in a war which caused death to millions of people in the whole world. World War I, World War II. Because the non-Muslim are doing evil, they are not willing to recite Rima. The Muslim who recite Rima are doing evil because they are not doing the work of inviting people to good, forbidding people. What is the result? Everyone is doing evil deeds. And what is the consequences of evil deeds? Whole world is in tragedy. Whole world is in treacherous, are doing treacherous crimes. As consequence of that, they got humiliation and they got punishment from Allah by making the whole world to fight with each other and creating bomb that can, like Hiroshima and Nagasaki, that lead to billions of people died at an instant of time. There is none in the history of man from Adam. We are at the lowest level of the lowest level of humanity that exists ever in this world. But now, after 1926, Syekh Maulana Ilyas have started the work of inviting people to good, forbidding people from evil. He invite the Mewatis who doesn't know how to recite the kalima to recite the kalima. But he forget one thing. He doesn't ask the one who recited the kalima to do the work like him, inviting the non-Muslim to recite the kalima. So those who follow him, his son, have hijacked the work to become the work of rectifying the Muslim. It's not the work of inviting people to good, forbidding people. He was in 1926. In 1990s, I revived it in the year of 2007. 2008, inviting the non-Muslim to recite the kalima and inviting the Muslim who recited the kalima to do the work of inviting people to good, forbidding people from evil from 2008, January. Maulana Ilyas 1926, inviting only non-Muslim. The second part, preventing the evil of the Muslim, was not done. After his time, Maulana Yusuf, his son, Maulana Inamul Hasan, they don't even prevent the evil of the Muslim, not the evil of the non-Muslim. They only talking that the Muslim must go out in the path of Allah to rectify themselves. Only then the non-Muslim will become Muslim. This is a deviated versions of Islam. And the whole thousands of Tablighi people in the whole world thinking they are doing the work, Amal Ma'ruf Nahi Munkar, they are not doing. They are doing the work of which has been developed by the scholars of Indians, Muslim Indian, that you must invite the Muslim, the so-called Muslim, to go for months, for days, to rectify themselves. No such work has ever been done by any prophets of Allah, including Muhammad. No, there's no one. And they have developed a completely new work, which is not a work, which is called bid'ah. Bid'ah means the work which has not been done by Muhammad. Nabi Muhammad have never tell that you go out and rectify yourself. Never. Where these Muslim scholars of India have got it from? if it doesn't got it from the devils. That's why the so-called tabligh work is not. There are many people who join the tabligh, but they are not becoming the real Muslim, the real so-called believers. They are fake. Only they have clothes of Islam, but they don't practice the true Islam. What happened now? Allah demolished their work, humiliate them. Allah sent COVID. Allah closed their markas in Sri Petaling. And the main thing, Allah closed their main markas in India, in Nizamuddin. Closed. What does it mean when Allah closed it? It means that it is a good work? It's a true work? No, it's definitely not a true work. But still the people of Tabligh says it's a true work. Or their leader, Manasat, will be Mahdi. Now he's being caught and put in a place in Okla with his friend, 14 friends. Cannot go out anywhere. Cannot make speeches. But they say he will become Mahdi. The Mahdi is what? The person who has been promised to give rise to the true Islam. Why you become Mahdi when you are being made to be isolated in a place by the kuffar? Your markas has been made closed. Oh, definitely it's a sign from Allah that this is wrong work. Nobody believed me that when I said them before, long ago, this is wrong work. They say, no. Nasoha is in the wrong. I said, no. Now all truth is clear. The tabligh work that you are doing is wrong. You better stop. You must do the work which I am doing now. You must call the non-Muslim to recite the great kalima with love and kindness. And you must call the Muslim who have recited the kalima to do the work of inviting people to good and forbidding people in the way Muhammad Sallam has shown, with the intention to please Allah. These are the work of Rasulullah. If ever he lived today, he will do that work. When he was alive, he was calling the Muslim, the non-Muslim to become Muslim. And the Muslim, he called them to do this work. They are not doing it. It's not a mistake of our Prophet. All the prophets of Allah is inviting them like that. To invite them to recite the kalima. Once they recite the kalima, to invite them to do the work of inviting others to recite the kalima. When Abu Bakr recite the kalima, he asked Rabbi Salam, what else I have to do? Rasulullah said, after reciting, you do the work which I am doing, which is to invite other non-Muslims to recite the kalima. The present day Muslim, not only today, for many years, centuries ago, are not doing this work. They do not go to visit the non-Muslim to invite them, and neither they ask the one who had recited the kalima to do the work of Prophet Muhammad to do the work. So as a result of this, Muslims have very weak iman. When they have very weak iman, they cannot understand the Quran even though they know Arabic. They cannot interpret the Quran, and though they know Arabic, although they read the Quran. As a result, no one in the whole world understands the Quran, able to know and to practice it. What they know only to read melodiously with tajweed. That's all, and they able to, Other than that, they don't know. Until Allah make me, until I come. I come in. I started the work in 2008. In 2013, I started to interpret the Quran. When I joined Twintech and I met Mr. Silva, at that time I already started to interpret the Quran. It takes me almost 10 years to complete, and to edit it also. So please read my real Quran. You read the Arabic, you read its translation, and then you read the interpretation also in English. It is in 84 books, which you can find from Amazon.com and Google Play. And there is another 7 books on the tafseer of Hadith and the words of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. 7 books, and this you have to read it collectively among the members of the mosque and collectively among the members of your family for 15 minutes or so. But the Quran, you read it individually. 84 books. If you read 50 pages in a day, you'll probably able to complete it in 1 year and 8 months. If you read it, once, if you read only 4 pages in a day, or one part, you will end up to take about 8 years. That is too long. So spend more time reading the Quran, reading its meanings, reading its interpretation. 3 parts. You have to read in Arabic, to read the meaning, and you read the interpretation which is written by me. And sure to say to you, I'm strongly and able to say to you that my interpretation of the Quran is a truth interpretation. I've asked Allah already. I've asked Him whether it's true or not. It's true. So be comfortable to read my tafsir, and be comfortable to obey whatever has been told in the interpretation. May Allah help you.